Chapter 10. Math Mystery Solved. I got every answer wrong on my math assessment because I did not show my calculations. I thought I was careful, but I failed to read the first line of instructions, show all your work. I'm not the only one who screwed up. Levi has to stay after school with me. Mr. Stoecker asked us both to sit in the front row. I sit, stand, sit, at Wendy's desk. I don't wipe it down, but I don't touch it either. Mr. Stoecker pulls his wooden stool over and half sits on it. Mathematics is not only about getting the correct answer, it's about being on the road to the correct answer. Knowing the path can be just as important as knowing the solution. I completely disagree, but stay quiet. Math is about right answers and proving the right answer. I love mathematic proofs, but I don't think we'll get into them in 7th grade. If you take each problem a step at a time, he continues, you'll grow the answer organically. The process will take root in your brain. This is true learning. He folds his hands and closes his eyes like he's meditating. I'll show my work from now on, I say, staring at the non-clean desk. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Levi nod. Good, but that's not the only issue here. You had similar answers, only 2 were actually different. And considering that most of your incorrect answers were identical, you can understand why I needed to speak with you. What? He holds up the test. Levi wrote down the same answers as I did for 8 of the 10 questions. On the first page, sure, I'd copied the wrong answer for question number 1. Now I realize how stupid that was. Major miscalculation. Mr. Stoecker says, and he stays very calm, which makes me both nervous and sad. I've already decided he's my favorite teacher. He did a nice job today reviewing how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide exponents. Not hard concepts, but he got really excited and he gave us M&Ms. So, who borrowed answers from whom then? And why? He asked. This was not for a grade. The motive for cheating on the second day of school is unclear to me, especially when we'd reviewed the class policy and school honor code the day before. This is serious. I want to shout, Levi copied, Levi cheated, because it's mostly true. He did most of the cheating. Instead, I look over at him, hoping that he'll confess and we can leave. He keeps his chin down and his arms crossed over his chest. He looks like he's asleep. Middle school is tough. There's a lot of pressure coming at you from every angle. I think we can work this out and avoid any severe punishment. I'm not condoning cheating, and if it happens again, I will use the highest penalty in my power. I don't know what the highest penalty is. So, does anyone want to confess? I watch 15 seconds tick by on the clock. Plenty of time for Levi to be brave and own up. He doesn't. I didn't cheat, I whisper. Levi looks up. I didn't cheat. He says it louder than I did. What? Yes, you did. I'm not whispering anymore. Mr. Stoecker takes a deep breath. I'm going to step into the hall so you can talk for a minute. He grabs a water bottle off his desk and leaves us alone. Why are you doing this? I ask as soon as Mr. Stoecker closes the door. Levi shrugs. You're the one who cheated. I know. Tell him, I say. You won't get in trouble. You believe him. Levi looks at me for the first time. He's setting us up. It's a trap. It's not a trap. Not that I would know what a teacher's trap would look like. Levi shrugs. If we both stay quiet, what can he do? I don't want to think about what he can do. Maybe I'll get kicked out of middle school in my first week. Maybe that isn't a bad thing. Then Levi says, you didn't cover your answers. You put them right out where I could see them. And when you were done, you didn't even turn the test over on your desk. I thought you were sharing. What? Why would I share? I definitely wasn't sharing. I have a pain in my head thinking this could all have been avoided if I'd flipped my paper over. And I thought you were good at math. He doesn't say this like it's a compliment. Why would you think that? I don't like touching people, not even shaking hands, but I want to slap Levi at this moment. I can't believe I'm having violent thoughts. Middle school is turning me into a monster. You said at lunch the first day. I didn't mean whatever. Please tell him the truth. Math class is the only not awful part of my day. If Mr. Stoecker thinks I'm a cheat, it could ruin those 50 minutes. Levi leans over and pulls something from his backpack. It's a camera. He aims it at me and takes a picture. I throw my hands over my face a second too late. What are you doing? Don't take my picture. It's for my angry collection. What? Stop. He puts the camera back, but not before taking another of me, with my mouth hanging open. What's with the lightning bolts? He points at my necklace. Is it a Harry Potter thing? Mr. Stoecker knocks loudly and opens the door. Just tell him you cheated, I yell at Levi. No. Why? He doesn't get a chance to answer. Mr. Stoecker stands in front of us with his hands on his hip and his foot. So? That's all he says. I didn't cheat, Levi says super quick. I didn't cheat either. I ball my hands into fists. Why did he say either? Why did I say either? For the next 15 minutes, Mr. Stoecker lectures us on being honest and working hard and having principles. But Levi and I never confess. Not that I have anything to confess to, other than borrowing one wrong answer. When we are finally allowed to leave, Levi and I walked out together. I'm mad. The only thing I've ever plotted before is graph points. But now I'm plotting revenge.